So the first merit over here is the limited liability. In the features, we already discussed that the members of the joint stock company, they have limited liability. And by this time, we all must have understood that limited liability is actually better than unlimited liability, because limited liability reduces the degree of risk borne by the members, isn't it? Next one is the transfer of interest. Transfer of interest as in the shares of the joint stock company can be easily transferable if it is a public company. But in case of a private company, it has certain restrictions. So there is a easy transferability of shares. Point number 3 says perpetual existence. Now why perpetual existence? Perpetual existence means that the company is not affected by the death, retirement, resignation or insolvency of any of its members. As because it is registered, it has a separate legal entity, and that is why the business will continue to exist even if there are some problems with the members. Okay, a business or a company can only come to an end under the provisions of the Companies Act 2013. It will not be affected by any of these. Okay, point number 4 says scope for expansion. Now as because over here the members are huge, if we compare it to the sole proprietorship and partnership form of business, of course the company has larger financial resources, isn't it? Thus there is a greater scope for expansion. The investors want to invest in shares because they have limited liability, and they can take a large amount of risk, because when they have limited liability, their risk or degree of risk actually reduces, isn't it? See what's written here. A company can collect huge amount of capital from unlimited members who are ready to invest because of limited liability, easy transferability and chances of high return. Okay. Next point says professional management. Now this we have already understood that in case of a company, the number of members are large if we compare it to a sole proprietorship or a partnership firm. Therefore, the company has huge financial resources, huge capital with it. Now that financial resource or that financial capital, it will use or it can use to employ financial experts in the company. Experts are the people who have specialized skills, specialized knowledge, maybe related to some techniques, related to finance, related to management. Okay, so these people can be employed by the company, and as they come in the company, the management of the company will be in a very professional way. Clear? So that was all regarding the merits of joint stock company. Okay, now let us come down to the limitations. The first limitation is about the legal formalities. Legal formalities means we all know that the company has to get itself registered. Now that procedure of registration takes a very long time. Okay, therefore it's very huge. Next one, lack of secrecy. The Companies Act requires the public company to provide time to time information about its account, its progress. Okay, therefore it is difficult to maintain complete secret about the operations of the company. See, it's written here, requires to publish and file its annual accounts and reports. The final report like trading account, PL account, balance sheet. Okay. Next, delay in decision making. Now, In features, we learned that the company is actually managed by a group of persons who are called as the board of director, isn't it? So sometimes it happens that there is a delay in taking decision because that decision has to be conveyed to the top level management, to the middle level management. Various approvals have to be taken, various proposals have to be put in front. Okay, so red tapeism and bureaucracy, that is delay in decision making because of lots of formalities, do not permit quick decision and prompt actions. There is a little scope for personal initiative. Clear? So why there is a delay in decision making? Because of lots of formalities, lots of paperwork to be done. This has to be communicated to them. Now from there the response will come. Clear? So there is a red tapeism and bureaucracy in the company, and that is why it does not allow them to take quicker decisions. And the last point says oligarchic management. Now what is oligarchic management? A company is actually an institution where it is managed by the board of directors, isn't it? So sometimes you may see, or it is seen, that these board of management or board of directors, they take the decision keeping their profits or their interest in their mind, ignoring the interest of the shareholders and interest of the company. That means they some kind of become selfish over here. They think for their own interest, they think for their own profit, and they take decisions. So that can happen sometimes, thereby making it a disadvantage for the joint stock company. So that is all for today. We'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.